Hello and welcome to my little corner of the cosmic universe. This is High Priestess Indigo, and I'm back with another read for the collective. So let's start with a prayer. I'm going to pull some subconscious cards, and then we'll see what deck I'm led to. Almighty God, I thank you. Please allow me to be a clear channel and a clear portal for your Holy Spirit and your divine will. God, I ask that you bless each and every person that comes across this reading. You know who they are and where they are on their journey. And God, I ask that you bind and return to sender any and all negative energy, negative entities, evil eye, projection, spell work, black magic, dark magic, anything that is not of your purest and highest divine light. These things I ask in Jesus' name. Amen. All right. We are off to a Monday. So let's see what we got going on in the energy. And I'm already picking up a feminine energy. Already. Okay. Oop. So those. All right. I'll take that too. Okay. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Oh, okay. We have more than I thought. Needing to heal from codependency wounds, unhealthy reliance on others for sense of self-worth and identity. And with our subconscious cards, they can be past or present, what this person needs to heal or has already healed. Needing to heal from abandonment wounds, deep-seated anxiety and fear related to being abandoned or rejected by others. Addressing unhealthy coping mechanisms, relying on destructive habits such as substance abuse or excessive escapism to cope with emotional pain. All right. Needing to heal a superiority wound, inflated sense of self-importance and a need to dominate or control others, often masking underlying feelings of insecurity, fear of vulnerability, and a lack of genuine connection with oneself and others. Okay. A blockage of the crown chakra, issues related to connection with higher consciousness or a higher power. And we have needing to address attachment to material possessions, overemphasis on material wealth and possessions for a sense of identity or security. And then last but not least, we have needing to heal from karmic blockages, obstacles resulting from past actions and choices affecting one's present circumstances. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Got 7 cards here for the subconscious. Okay, first card out, overindulgence. Take that. Let's see what we got going on here. Better lover. Unresponsive. Gut feeling. Promiscuous. Oh boy. Childhood issues. Snatched. Moved on. Ripple effect. Black sheep. Unsent messages. Sacrifice. Tampering. Spreading lies. Oh boy. Yeah. Big yikes. YOLO. Fire starter. Obstacles. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start this reading. So, what we're dealing with here is a not so divine feminine. This is somebody who is currently sitting very much in their south nodes. This is honestly giving a very karmic Jezebel energy. This is somebody who was overly indulgent and very promiscuous. But that's not even what the biggest part here right now, Elise. Like that's part of the reading. But I'm just getting the fact that this is a karmic feminine who is holding on very tightly to a divine masculine who is leaving her. This is somebody who I feel very clearly showed up in this divine masculine's life, presenting herself as a divine feminine, but underneath all of this was really somebody that's truly promiscuous. And what I'm getting to is, oh boy, there's been a great big reveal that's happened recently in the 3D. And what I'm getting is how it all came about. I feel very clearly like this karmic Jezebel really thought she had been very thorough. She thought that she had been very careful covering her tracks, masking herself up in this divine feminine energy. But this is somebody that got caught because they were being overindulgent. They were trying to do too much too fast, and in them trying to do too much too fast, they made a misstep, and it basically showed the real them behind their mask. This is somebody who showed up in this divine masculine's life pretending or presenting herself as a better lover over what I'm getting is a divine feminine. And when I'm getting better lover, I'm not necessarily getting better lover. I'm getting really, um, this is somebody that allowed this divine masculine when he was in his south node to kind of live out some of his sexual fantasies. But, that's great for a while, but you can't actually build a long term, lasting, love based relationship off of sex alone. But in a lot of ways, this was very attractive to this divine masculine because at the point that he met this karmic feminine, he himself was in his south node and he was karmic. So this seemed like a good idea at the time. And he honestly ignored a lot of his own gut feelings about this Jezebel feminine. This is somebody who is it's now being revealed in the 3D has a lot of childhood issues. And that's honestly putting it mildly. Like this is somebody that is profoundly broken. This is somebody that is truly yeah, they're really just broken. They really are. Because this is somebody who is currently sitting in karmic debt and divine judgment, but this is also somebody who, like I said, they presented themselves as a divine feminine. Only now it's being revealed just how codependent and broken this karmic feminine is because she has a lot of abandonment wounds, and she hides it behind a narcissistic personality. So she comes across to people that meet her as though she's high vibing, this sense of superiority that she kind of lords over people, but it's all smoke and mirrors. This is somebody who is currently being looked at as the black sheep of her family and her friend group because her secrets are, like I said, they're out in the 3D, and the stuff that this karmic Jezebel was in was just, it was a lot. There's a lot of cheating that was happening going on behind this divine masculine's back, as well as I just get the sense that this is somebody that was just everything that they presented themselves as. They were never that. This is somebody I feel like that showed up in this a divine masculine life because she was honestly trying to block a, a partnership that this divine masculine had with a divine feminine. A divine masculine who is currently moved on. I feel very clearly this divine masculine has left this woman, and I'm getting the sense that he's left her a while ago. But this is somebody that is still trying to put on this mask as though they're unbothered. But like I said, right now in the environment, it is giving big yikes. Because like I said, whatever came out has totally embarrassed her family and friends and anybody that knows her. This is somebody who is currently trying to tamper with as well as spread lies about this divine masculine who has left them. But everybody knows exactly why this person left them. Like nobody's confused about who this person really is now. This is somebody who has shown up as being a bully, very deceitful, trying to, like I said, manipulate others because this is somebody that was wearing a mask as a divine feminine. This is somebody who is showing up in the 3D as a fire starter, but not in a good way, but in a chaotic, like everywhere this karmic feminine goes, there's just utter chaos that follows her. It's like a black cloud of chaos that's constantly around her. This is somebody who's currently facing obstacles in her life that are having a profound ripple effect, you know, because I feel like her being in this snatched, promiscuous energy that she was operating in, like I said, it's only just proven to basically further harm her. Because not only has she lost this divine masculine, but I'm just getting, like I said, I'm getting the sense that her own family and friends don't want anything to do with her. This is somebody who was living their life very much at a very big YOLO energy. All of that is now coming back to bite them in the butt. This is somebody who is currently harassing this divine masculine, but the messages are coming through as unsent as well as unresponsive. Everything that she's trying to do to get this divine masculine's attention is really kind of falling on deaf ears. This is somebody who is currently feeling sacrificed, but it's honestly giving me victim mentality. This is somebody who is honestly having to deal with the culmination of all of their own bad decision makings. This promiscuous man eater snatched energy that they love to operate in. You know, like I said, all of that is just coming down like a card of a house of cards right now. Yeah, this is somebody who, like I said, they're profoundly broken. They're profoundly unhealed. They're actually, dealing with a lot of emotional baggage. Like I said, this is somebody that is currently, I'm feeling like they're using substances to try to cope because this is, like I said, this is somebody that is sitting in karmic debt and they're sitting in a lot of karmic blockages. Their finances are being blocked, their chakras are being blocked. This person is basically being forced to sit in all of their unhealed and unresolved traumas as a form of divine judgment for not only the life that they've lived, but for all of the stuff that they've done to not only this divine masculine, but I feel it very clearly they were very antagonistic toward this divine feminine, who honestly really was never focused on them. Yeah, this is somebody that is showing up as a emotional vampire. You know, their energy drain because this person is severely codependent. Like I said, it's all been smoke and mirrors of this fake superiority, narcissistic, you know, boastful ego. And like I said, it's like watching a somebody stick a giant pin in a big old hot air balloon. And if you just watch the balloon kind of as it collapses on itself, this is what's happening to this karmic feminine right now. This, like I said, this is somebody who showed up in the world as very narcissistic, very driven by money and material things. All she cared about was the image, how things looked on the outside, how she appeared. It was all for the image. This is, as the saying goes, putting on for the gram. This is somebody that loved to put on for social media. They love to put on for Instagram and TikTok and whatever social media accounts this person had. They were very active on every single one, portraying themselves in this light of just, having it all together, perfect little image of a relationship that she was carrying on, that she was portraying that she had with this divine masculine. And it's definitely a portrayal, because I'm really getting a sense that things have been wrong in that relationship well before all of this truth about her being promiscuous came out. Like I said, this is somebody that has been very codependent and low vibrational for a very long time. And even now that this person is in this energy, they're still not wanting to heal. Like they're still somehow trying to run from themselves. But this person is facing blockage after blockage. I feel like everywhere this person tries to turn, the Most High God is blocking them. And they can't understand why, they can't move forward and they can't seem to manipulate and do things to people right now. It's because the Most High God is blocking all of their little scheming, everything that they've done. Like this person is literally being stripped of every single mask. And this is leaving this person just feeling more and more codependent and more abandoned. And these coping mechanisms, like the unhealthy, like this person is drinking and drugging, you know. This is somebody that is currently feeling overlooked. Like I said, they're feeling victimized, but they're truly are only reaping what they've sown. So what they're getting is their exact karma that they've put out into the world, but they're still wanting to play victim. This is somebody that is not wanting to take accountability for the things that they've done and the way they've shown up in the world and the things that they've done to people. And I feel very clearly this is somebody that took this divine masculine to hell. Now, this is somebody that has been, like I said, an agent of chaos. They've been a provocateur, but not in a good sense. And same thing with this fire starter. This is somebody that is literally, they've, like I said, everywhere they went, they were like, it's like watching a pyromaniac. Everywhere they go, they set like these little small fires. Only she was doing this amongst people. So she was going and she would start like a series of lies. I'll say a person, for example. So she would have like all these groups of people mad at this one particular person. And then she would go on and she would do this where she was just kind of like each group, she was spreading these lies and this, like she really was just causing chaos in every like fire starting. Like I said, everywhere she went, she was starting a fire, chaos and fire. And now all of that is caught up with her because I'm getting the sense that somebody in one of these friend groups or family groups finally had the bright idea to start cross-referencing some of the stuff she was saying. And you know how you sometimes like there's always one person, like even among karmics, there's always one person in there that's got some kind of voice or reason that finally kicks in and they're like, wait a minute, this person told me so and so was doing such and such. You know what? Let me call so and so and let me call this person and let me see what they got to say for themselves before I like jump to conclusions. So somebody had the bright sense to cross reference one of the lies that she told in one of these groups. And when they called the person in question that, supposedly this karmic was lying about, they found out that it was a whole house of cards. And then what started off as like a small reveal, suddenly people were cross referencing and people were calling each other or talking to each other or reaching out, via, electronic communication of some sort until they finally all were able to piece together and then all the truth was out there and it was exposed in a way where enough people had collaborated what was true and what wasn't fake that she couldn't even try to hold up, these lies anymore. This is how this person got exposed. Was that somebody in the group finally had enough sense to say, hey, something about, like, I know what she's saying. And normally, like this, and I get the sense this person would normally maybe be a very reactive kind of person. But for some reason, this person had a moment of clarity, and maybe they listened to their spirit team or higher self. And they finally was like, you know what? Something about this don't sound right. Let me call so and so. And baby, and when I tell you, when ish hit the fan, this person was sitting back in this big yikes energy, because I get the sense that everybody, like, I'm getting the sense this person was like called to a group event. And this person went not thinking, and I feel like somebody publicly confronted her in front of everybody in a way that she could not deny. And most importantly, did she not only get exposed in front of everybody, but the person that exposed her came with receipts. So they had receipts. So she couldn't even deny it, because it was something she either said in like a text message or via social media. And the person literally showed the message and was like, this is what she said about it, so and so. And so is there, like, what? Like, what? You know, they were able to immediately point out that she was lying. So I feel like this person left that party or that event in a trail of like shame, is what I'm hearing. Yeah, because it's like I said, this was somebody that was cloaked up. They were wearing the image of a divine feminine when they were anything but. This person was malicious. They were cunning. They were sneaky. And like I said, they were telling so many lies that I feel like at some point they lost track of their lives. And this is also what led to them basically getting caught out in their lies. This is somebody that had been in those lies, had been using scare tactics. Because, like I said, this person was literally, and it really hits home as it relates to this divine masculine and this divine feminine. Like I said, she was like just saying the most outlandish things about these people that had people feeling like that the people in question were just like into dark stuff. Like I'm just getting a sense like maybe she was saying like this divine masculine or this divine feminine was into like witchcraft or dark arts, was working, doing demonic stuff all the time. It really was her with her manipulations and her spell work, meaning the stuff she was speaking out of her mouth. That stuff, like when you're speaking and slandering and speaking on people and telling untruth, that's definition of spell work. You're speaking things out, and this is what this person was doing. And I really feel like I said, they were doing too much too fast. They really were overindulging in this lying and manipulation to the point that they got caught in their own lies. Because somebody finally had a sense to finally call BS on some of the stuff that they were hearing. Because I felt like this person, they started off, the lies were small, and then they just kept ramping up to eventually this person was just telling outright whoppers of lies. Like they were so preposterous that I feel like people probably was already giving them side eye, but then this one person finally was like, this seemed really excessive. This person always has a lot to say about this person or this situation. Let me do some research. This is somebody who is now sitting with their spiritual and 3D finances being blocked as a result of this karmic debt that they're under. And when I tell you this person is looking for some way to get out of these karmic blockages, but they don't understand that these blockages are coming from God. God is blocking this person. Like for all of their, chaos and conflict that they've been creating everywhere, pitting people against each other, and most importantly, slandering a divine feminine and a divine masculine in the process. God does not take kindly to people bothering his children. This is somebody who is feeling burnt out right now, but at the same time, they're not willing to change. They're unchanged even now as we speak. This is somebody, like I said, they're still trying to find a way to like almost like talk their way out of the truth that's just been exposed about them. Like it's really giving delusional. You know, this is somebody that is being canceled in the 3D. Like I said, they're being canceled. Like family and friends are embarrassed and walking away from this person, and as a result it's really tapping up this person's codependency and abandonment wounds. This person is heading for ego death as part of the divine judgment, and I feel like they know that on some level, and that's really what they're trying to fight against. This person is trying to fight against this ego death that's coming, but because this person is now having to basically, God forced this person with the truth being exposed to have to sit in this trauma from their childhood, as well as this karmic debt for all the stuff that they were doing. And it is really, this person's headspace is, it's a mess. Like this person is really going through. This is somebody who, like I said, when they were on top and people were buying all this lies, this person was kind of almost like drunk on this high energy of feeling like they were getting away with all of this. And so they were kind of like spiritually overspending, in a certain sense. Because, like I said, they overdid it with the lying and the slandering and the spell work and the projections and the, dark energy that they were sending out toward this couple, this divine masculine and this divine feminine. And now this person is currently sitting spiritually and emotionally in the red. This is I'm getting this on a spiritual level. But I also feel like this person is also going through, like I said, there's a lot of cards out here that confirm that this person is going through financial issues, and this is very hard for this karmic feminine because this is somebody who's very materialistic. They're very tied to their image. They're very tied to the money they have in their bank account, and how they can floss and flaunt in front of people. And so now this person is in a place where they can't do that anymore, and it is literally killing them. Hence the ego death. This is somebody, like I said, they're showing up as in a victimhood mentality because they're trying to paint themselves out as the starter wife, that she was the starter wife to this divine masculine. But in actuality, that was just a mask. It was just another one of her masks. She was never like, you know, supportive through thick and thin. So, but she's trying to paint herself this to people I feel like she's meeting now. So she's trying to like almost kind of reconstruct her mask and go and meet new people so that she can like basically feel back on top with people that don't know the truth about her. But I feel like that's not going to work because I mean her family still knows the truth, and if she shows up with somebody new, um, her own family is probably going to tell the truth on her at this point. But this is somebody that is desperate for some kind of scraps of energy because, like I said, they're being stripped of everything. They're being stripped energetically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, every way possible. God is stripping this person down to the bare, like rock bottom. Because, like I said, this person has to start healing. They need to start growing because this is somebody that has been very toxic for a very long time. But when I say karma and the crows have come home to roost, because this is exactly what this person needed. Honestly, they were overdue for this kind of leveling down of this overinflated ego that this person was living in. It was like, honestly, even before all of this truth came out, I get the sense that people were kind of tired of this person already. Like her ego was so out of control that I felt like people were literally kind of already getting sick of this person. So honestly, now that the truth is out there, it really almost gives people a sense of relief because now they have a legitimate excuse not to be around her. Whereas before, I felt like they were kind of tolerating her because of that divine masculine. This, and I feel like it was more because of his effort, because he was in a relationship with this karmic Jezebel, that people really were tolerating her, but they really found her insufferable long before this divine masculine did. There's somebody that, like I say, this is poetic justice. All of this truth that's coming out, and I feel like it kind of created with the truth came out, I feel like I'm getting the sense of it created almost like an angry mob mentality because people were so pissed about having been manipulated and all the games that she had played and all the people that she had pitted against each other, that when it came out, like people literally kind of like it turned into a bit of a angry mob, and people like proverbially in the spiritual sense throwing rotten tomatoes at her and rotten eggs. Like this is the kind of, that's why I say it came out as a big yikes, because people literally, I feel like at this party this person was completely humiliated. It really, like this, their mask was torn off and ripped into shreds and right in front of this person's very eyes, because when this group really got their hands and their claws into her for all the lies and stuff that she was doing, they did not go light on her. They dug into her. She got red for filth at this event, whatever it was. And like I said, all of those secrets, all of that cheating and promiscuous and serendipitous relationships, all of that came out. Everything. I feel like people just started coming, like in this, at this a party or event or whatever it was, like people just started stepping forward and started telling everything they knew. Like, oh yeah, I seen her. I was running an errand for work. I had to run to the bank for work, and I saw her on that side of town going into a hotel room with some guy that wasn't the divine masculine. Like people started. When I tell you that it was like coming out hot and fast. All of the truth. Like people were just. It's giving like a public shaming. Like back in the day when in the medieval times when they would like bring people to the public square and flog them in public or make them wear a dunce hat. That's what happened to this person. They got publicly flogged. Now this is somebody that's sitting in the shadows, kind of stalking and observing, not paying it, like really in her phone and on her computer, really obsessed with what the divine masculine and that divine feminine is doing. But I just, their energy is not in this read at all. So I'm just getting the sense that these two are very energetically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally far removed from this karmic feminine. This is somebody that on some level wants a new beginning, but like yeah, you gonna get a new beginning. It's gonna be this ego death. So, but honestly, this person could use that ego death as a new beginning, because this person is desperately in need of it. And I say that in a positive way, because this person does need to finally show up in the world authentically. And honestly, they need to heal the subconscious wounding, because like I said, this person was toxic and intolerable prior to this. So they're gonna get the new beginning they want, but it ain't gonna be in the way that they thought it was gonna be. It's gonna be, like a spiritual court mandated ego death, you know, and then they can have a new beginning once they address all of this subconscious wounding, all of this trauma, all of this karmic debt. They're not gonna be given this new beginning until they pay off the karmic debt, as well as they heal these traumas. And I hope this person uses this as an opportunity. They've been in resistance, but they, somewhere in their mind they do want a new beginning, but they are still very much in resistance to this ego death. But they're gonna find out they can't have both. You can't have a new beginning and still keep your ego. Doesn't work that way. We all have to go through the ego death if we're going to be on the spiritual journey. And if you're not going to be on the spiritual journey, you're going to remain karmic, you're going to find out that that's not going to work either, because the Most High is not long. People who are karmic are finna be struggling, and I cannot emphasize that enough. If you have been karmic and you have not been healing and doing the work, you are finna find that life is finna become very, very uncomfortable for you, because people are waking up in droves. You know, the great awakening has already started taking place. People are waking up and they're healing and they're growing and they're coming into the knowledge of these karmic and low vibrational people and how they feed off of people energetically. So this person Like I said, they're still trying to do a lot of their old ways, but they're trying to do it with new people, and that's not working because these people are very astute and they can already sense her desperation and codependency and her abandonment wounds because it's very much written all over her energy right now. This is somebody that cannot mask to save their life because the Most High has stripped them of all of that, you know. So this person is showing up in the world, but they're showing up as the broken, traumatized, karmic person that they've actually been all along. They cannot mask up as a divine feminine anymore. So, like I said, this is honestly for this person's benefit. And I hope that they, decide to take this as an opportunity to really see it as a new beginning. See this ego death as a new beginning because that's really what it is. This person kind of gets a reset after they've dealt with their trauma and their karmic debt. They get a chance to finally show up in the world as a real human being that is not toxic, and they should take that as an opportunity to grow and really do the work on themselves because if for no other reason, they owe it to themselves to finally be authentic. Instead of them having to pretend to be a divine feminine, they can finally become a divine feminine. And God does that in his infinite love for his children. He, even when we're like obviously making a mess of things, he'll still force us to heal so that we can show up as better versions of ourselves. Because anytime you show up in the world as a better version of yourself, the world benefits and you benefit most importantly. So this karmic Jezebel is going to get that new beginning, but it's going to be a painful new beginning because it's going to come at the cost of her overinflated ego, which she's still desperately trying to hang on to. Though I'm seeing very clearly that God is not letting her do that because like I said, she's holding on to the last little residual of what's left of her ego and her pride. But pretty soon that's going to be gone too because this person is going to hit a complete rock bottom. And honestly, I don't know how they haven't already seen this as a rock bottom because that level of exposure, that was humiliating. This person went through a huge humiliation with that exposure that they went through in the 3D at the hands of people that knew them, that were just tired of the lies and the game playing and the manipulations. So whoever this is, ego death is here. It's nigh. So it's time to, as they say, it's time to pay the piper. You've shown up in the world in a very negative, toxic way, but God has given you another opportunity to start fresh with this ego death. So take it and run with it, and you know, finally decide to become the best version of yourself. You owe it to yourself. You know, that way you don't have to pretend to be somebody you're not, and you don't have to wear this mask and walk around in this inflated sense of pride and ego that's not real. You can actually show up in authority and real power as yourself. That's where the true blessings are, anyways. Being authentic and showing up in the world as your real self, the one that God created. So, whoever you are, I hope that helps you. And whoever, is watching, this is just additional confirmation for what you already probably know deep inside. But that's the message. Be blessed.